เราเล็ง
Outside of it.
นี่มันดังนี่
It's right there. It's right by the boat.
อยู่ข้างๆไอ้เข็มขัดรัดที่มันขาดอยู่
All right. Well, if you guys can see, it's gonna rain again. Anyways, we're freshly experienced in the rain. We have everything we need. All right. Well, we're getting prepared. We're getting ready. Looks like it's probably gonna rain about mid-race, based off what I'm seeing now. Probably rain about mid-race or right at the beginning. So, you know, some of the drivers, we have experience in the rain from yesterday, but I think some of them are still a little bit nervous and cautious in the rain. We're gonna give it our all. We know our game plan for the rain, so we're fresh and experienced on that. Right, Jimmy?
right
We're experienced in the rain freshly, so I'm not nervous about the rain today. I'm not going in confident either, because I know that we can make mistakes quickly, but I'm saying I have the experience now to race in the rain, so I'm not as nervous, but not confident. Wait.
You okay?
Yep.
No way. Okay. You okay? Okay.
Oil, okay.
Okay.
Oil, okay, no problem.
Start gear 2.
Yep.
No gear 1. No gear 1.
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
หมุนเลยพังเลยครับพังหมดเลยพังหมดเลยครับพังหมดเลยพังเลยครับถอยยาวเลยนะครับถอยยาวเลย
All right, here we go. Only race for today. The only downfall is right now it's going to start raining about mid-track, so that's going to definitely change up the game plan. We'll have to go from one game plan to another, but we'll be in a good position to make that change, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
เรียบร้อยนะโก้เรียบร้อย
Right, back to live pictures. And we're going to be going away with our formation lap here in under a minute's time for C-Class Super Pickups. Wow, okay, yep, you were absolutely right, Dan. It was worth picking up and having a look at.
Right, because I sat back just to obviously make sure we were all clear to end the session 1 stream and just...
For the formation lap, and did find what I had prepared earlier. So, racing action for the rest of the afternoon. We will have Thailand Super Pickup D2 class, which is what we have right here, right now. The C-Class drivers out on track. After that, we'll get into the Super Series Supercar GT4 and GTC, which will be out on track together for the full hour duration for that race. After that, we'll have the second race of the Formula 4 Southeast Asia, 25 minutes and a lap for those guys. And rounding out your Saturday afternoon racing action is going to be the Super Series Supercar GT3s and the GTMs on track together. That'll be kicking off local time from 4:40 p.m. We are scheduled for race start. 10-minute gridding due to begin about 4:30.
weekend underway. 5 red lights on this up the front. We're underway here for the second race of the Super Pickup Division 2 front row drag race. Looks like it's going to be with Tyre on the inside. Might be able to challenge for the race lead here, but no, round the outside, Arnefap will hold strong and borrow the pit exit once again on the way out of turn 1 to hang on to the race lead here.
We'll have to keep our eyes on the truck in front of the 30 machine. I think it might be the 12 of Thanawas. Did lean on a driver on his outside on the run through turn number 1. And now we'll rally off down in towards turn 3. You can see the move that the 12 machine of Thanawas was able to make. Got to the inside, and have a look at how close in behind him Itasak was able to get at turn 3. Great turn, great drive. And have a look in the background of that shot. That is telling for all the drivers. Similar conditions to what these guys experienced yesterday. Albeit these drivers probably got the worst of it. It was wet. It was the Super Ricos that started off dry and transitioned to wet. And a little bit deep down at turn 4 means that it's going to be running a touch wide for the 30 machine of Itasak. And this just gives you so much of a view of what's going on and how difficult it is. Gets it in there, but there was a lock-up of a break from Thanawas ahead.
A little bit loose through turn 5. There's that overhead shot, actually really quite telling that it was a double apex sort of shape to turn 7. Front of the field there, how about that? A breakaway of 5 trucks up the front, but then damage on a truck there leading that second group of vehicles, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be Sack in the 52 as truck stopped near turn 5 is going to be Yartisak. Not to be mistaken, Kittiasak. That just makes it a bit of a mouthful here, but hopefully that 56 gets rolling again as down towards turn 12 for the first time here.
Pull it up, do so. Nice and easily, and the drive out the other side. Lap count at 6 down to 11 laps left to run. And is that a drummer? Maybe that was a mid-shift there for the number 12 machine at Thanawas, but Itasak got well and truly down the inside, and that's another pinch break. That's the second time he's now locked a tyre in the last lap. Number 12 machine. Got the onboard camera showing the pass for Itasak as he runs down towards turn 3.
Watching here to see are there any moves. No, pretty neat and tidy here through the main hairpin on this second lap for our top 5. They all go through a single file based on that shot there. Having a look at I believe unfortunately they've only had 14 trucks start this one's the pitch doesn't have any sector times that have lit up this one, and the only speed he has reported through the speed trap don't make sense on a formation. So short one as we continue to watch our leading trucks here now up through turn 7 for the second time in the race, and Arnefap Shriklang currently like he's holding steady lead of the race, but Jakapan Wanarat is right there with a good couple of sectors right on the rear bumper. 77 in front.
Yeah, but there's going to be some drama for the number 17 machine in second place. He's going to pick himself up a 5-second time penalty for a jump start. Mustn't have been a bad jump start for it to only be 5 seconds. But jumped start he has experience, and that's the onboard shot. You just see the wheel work as they try and get the tyres under control out of the final corner. Trying to work out what that timing is. On the top left, whether or not that's a delta bar.
No, it's something to do with engine metrics, I'm pretty certain, in these trucks. Some description. I don't know what exactly. But possibly to do... Oh, hello. Yeah, I saw this earlier, damage-wise, but this is looking a little bit more pronounced now for Kittisak. Currently 8th place, was going to be overtaken by Daniel Green into the turn 3 hairpin. And there's bodywork there on the outside of the track. So I presume 2 + 2 equals front to rear shunt. And that we're looking at the aftermath of the truck that did the shunting. Unfortunately, we don't know for certain exactly when or how that's happened or who with, because I can't see a truck with a matching amount of damage on the rear end. Suit is back with our top two. Jacoban really wants to find a way past. See, because it goes green when they're off throttle and it goes red when they're on throttle. So the question is, we know that smoke production is something I have to also carefully manage. Maybe it's something to do with that.
Yeah, potentially. Either way, at the moment, challenging for the on-track lead of the race, albeit for a 5-second time penalty to be applied to Jacoban. Either way, he sets fastest first sector of the race and second sector of the race. And black and orange flag being awarded to the 52 machine for that front bumper. And there was an incident at turn 5. So we can only assume that might have been the one where that damage was incurred as well.
That would make sense. We do have the 56 stack all the way off on his own and had been there on lap 1 at turn 5. So I believe we have the pieces of information. We just don't have the footage to show it happening when it did. As truck to the pit lane there, and actually can't quite get a number there. 42, there we go, as the camera picks back up with tyre Rai. Fortunately for them, that's a truck that isn't meant to be in the pit lane but is. And yeah, for the two now passed by the start finish line to see this on the digital flag boards. So the next destination for you will have to be the pit lane. Get that truck somewhat cleaned up before it can come back out.
Yeah, and that black clouds that you can see in the background of that shot getting closer and closer, so it is getting darker by the moment. We might finally have ourselves second round of wet races here today. Warning flags now issued to the 77 and the 30 machines as well, so that's Arnefap, your race leader, and the number 3 Itasak as well. So they're now up to their final warnings. Further discretions will earn them time penalties as well, and they'll want to stay quite clearly away from those. I do wonder whether or not the 52 machine knows at the moment that he will have to come to the pit lane, and he's actually jumping out of the way right there. So yeah, he would be aware that he's on the way in.
I believe all 3 of them, yeah, with issues. So, big slide here. Jacoban's gone for a lunge or had a moment there under brakes, and he's going to give up second place on the road. I spaced out for maybe half a second there, thinking that nothing crazy was coming here as we went back to the leading 3. All of a sudden, Itasak's across the apex broadside and nearly in the door of Arnefap, your race leader. Just overshot the brake marker.
Yep, overshot it very, very late, and all he was trying to do was just make sure that he didn't hit the 77 machine who had to take avoiding. Actually saw him unscrew the car from the corner. So he marks on those tyres now, and they're already starting to ail on him. Itasak up to second spot. The margin, at least for Jacoban, he will not lose third spot. So he is safe and secure, at least in that one.
A very, very healthy 19.6 second gap back to Cass and I here in 4th place. So no issues there to speak of. 26 drops. It's a little contribution. Black smoke out in the world there on the exit of turn 3. And noting here also the pace between Arnefap and Itasak has started looking like, well, I said that, and sector 2 proving, say, almost evened out. In the last lap it did, where they both did 1:59.7s. But I get the feeling we're about to see on this lap that'll finish shortly whilst we watch Tassinoi. But unless sector 3 is a blowout, on the fab, it's going to be another second gained. Actually, yeah, no, it was a blowout the other way around. All right, fine, have it that way. Cross the line there, 47.7 in the final sector for a total lap of a 2:01.0. And Itasak behind, gained nearly a second in sector 2, lost it all in sector 3 to do a 2:01.4. So, race lead is not under as much threat as Itasak's initial pace would have suggested here, Scott. So, bit of a lull in the racing action.
I've just been looking after the tyre fraction. Itasak still trying to make some time. Out of our race leader's been the fastest car in the session in the speed trap. He's at least had some straight line speed. If he's going to get it done, you know, he's at least going to be confident that it will happen through there. Meantime, he does still need to make some time. Checking back in with third place, Jacopan. We're at a 2:04, and there we go. That'll be a car parked up on the edge of the road, and if that triggers a safety car, that's not in a bad spot, although that is an apex right there. That would probably be right before turn 4.
I believe either that or turn 3. Road there hopefully means they can pull it back without needing anything more than local yellows to keep the racing going. You can see there that at the start finish line they're still holding up a board black smoke. Or I believe it was the 84, the 82 machines coming to the pit lane. And there's the 84, and it's lost.
Whoa!
The latches on the bonnet.
That'll trigger a safety car. They can't leave that in pit lane entry.
That's blown over there. I think he's trying to drive it back, but yeah, it's a bit hard to see. Clearly where he needs to be going. There's another slow truck there on the start-finish stretch as well. The 52, possibly? I can't quite tell. The truck that's out there, it did apparently 7 minutes. 56, sorry. 56 truck there parked at pit exit. Itasak. They really are starting to drop like flies now with 3 laps to go. And a real question as to whether this race is going to be able to be maintained or not. Really starts throwing up a couple of questions.
Yep, indeed. Big questions to be asked. Questions still yet to be answered is who is going to make the finish line at the back end of this one.
Oh.
What has hit the 84 machine's windshield?
Well, that's a development that I didn't see coming with the bonnet blown up. Surely no way this truck can get back out there despite the fact they're taping down. Arnefap, Truklang, a couple of corners left to go here in race number 2 of the weekend. And it's looking awfully good for him. Which is something that he'll be looking for because that P5 in race 1 and will allow him to pick up some strong results in this one. To the final corner he will come. Very gently indeed round the turn. But he gets to be the one to see the checkered flag first here in race 2 of the weekend. To pick up Division 2 drivers. Itasak converts P1 in race 1 to P2 in race 2. Jacopan Wanarat will make it 3rd across the line and on the track by 20 seconds post penalty still. He's a happy chap about that one apparently.
Yep, on the headlights. Letting everyone know about it as well. Strong race from him. everyone else.
Yeah, the waiting game begins for everyone to make it round to call today.
I reckon we're only going to end up with 5 cars in the lead lap here because we're waiting on Daniel Green at the moment to cross the line, and he has now crossed. Don't know whether or not Somnook. In fact, we've got 6 cars home on the lead lap. 6 cars from 15 stay on the lead lap. We're missing 9 cars off of the lead lap, Dan, out of the total of well, realistically 8 drivers, because only a further 8 started the race after we lost Super Moncol before we got to the grid. Gee whiz. Well, the good news is the first of the supercar categories coming up next with the GT4s and GTCs. But before we get there, celebrating the results of race number 2, Arnafap from Itasak from Jacopan is your podium in Super Pickup D2. Tass and I home in 4th, Daniel Green home in 5th, and Somnook the cars on the lead lap. From there on back, we get the cars off the lead lap. Crid, Thanawas, Wudachai, and Wataya. Albeit Wudachai only completing 10 laps and Wataya
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to check my sock? Okay. What's up there today?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Daniel. Very good driver.
Very good driver. I do my best, you know. I drive hard, I push hard, I do my best. I make sure other people make mistakes and I go around them, and that's our game plan, and that's what we're gonna stick with. We're in inspection right now since we're in the top 5, so they have to go over everything on the truck. The truck did have a little bit of overheating issues, but maybe that was because I was pushing a little bit hard. But other than that, it was a good race. We got a podium finish, and we'll go back and look at the data and see how we can improve. Whoa, what a weekend it's been. We never thought we would be here on our second official race out, but we're here to collect the trophy. We got 5th place. And you know, I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of where we're at, and I'm proud of to display what our team is capable of across the world. You know, there's people all over the world watching this live stream, and now they know that the Bass Shop is capable of building a superior truck, and they know that I'm a good driver. So other than that, there's nothing else anybody needs to know besides we built the best, and I will be the best. So a little bit arrogant, a little bit cocky, but hey, you know what? That sells tickets. So anybody that wants to drag race to the finish line, you're more welcome to line up. So we'll see you at the next race. Thank you. But we're here. We got 4th place on our second official competition. We got a bottle of Chardonnay. We're gonna champagne, and we're gonna go and drink it, and we're gonna have a party tonight. So thank you guys for supporting us along the way. Set up by the Bass Shop, built by the Bass Shop, driven by #1 driver. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. You say hey. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. We are finished for today. That's a wrap for today. Take home the trophy, go to sleep early. That's what we do. The truck's not broken, and we're going to sleep early today. Thank you. Thank you, Thailand Super Series. Thank you, Thailand fans. You guys are the greatest. We appreciate you. Now let's go home.